listening to First in Line, your all access pass to fan culture. I'm Liv,
And I'm Elham.
and today we're going to be talking about Grammys and Traitors, of course, and more fun. But before we do that, we need to know who your boyfriend of the week is.
My boyfriend of the week this week is a repeat boyfriend of the week, and it's of course Hudson Williams because I just love him, you guys.
I
I just
think
love him.
that it goes to show that this has literally been his month because he's been boyfriend of the week 3 out of 4 weeks of the month.
He's
So.
literally perfect, and I just feel like he just I don't know. There's just something about him. I Liv and I talk about him all the time. Talk about he's rivalry all the time, and obviously him
In a normal way, of course, like
in a normal way, of
normal
course.
people would talk about heated rivalry and Hudson Williams all the time.
But I always say this to her and like our friend Milan too. Like I'm like, he just seems like someone we'd be friends with. And I think that's why he's so likable to us. Like I just am like, we would have fun. Like we would be like we have the same similar humor. Like he just doesn't really give a shit about anything. And I love that about him.
He's a
And
friend to us.
yes, he is a friend to us until he actually is our friend. And I know it's happening. It's gonna happen, you guys.
Well,
So let's manifest
congratulations,
that.
Hudson. I mean, someone else has got to come out of the woodworks if they want to fight for first place at the end of the year.
Let's just say I feel like we're gonna have a lot of repeat offenders this year
Yeah.
unless someone interesting comes out.
What about your barricade or bust this week? What have you been loving this past week?
Okay, my barricade bus is honestly hard for me because I didn't want to pick a show again. I
Yeah.
think we both didn't want to pick a show again. So I am going to pick a song, and a song that I've been really into recently, which I'm pulling up on my Spotify, is this song, Wish I Didn't by Megan Maroney. It's I think the lead single on her next album that's coming out this month in February, and I just really like her. She's like a country pop singer, and it's just like upbeat, fun. The music video is really fun. And yeah, I just really like it. And I'm excited for her album.
Nice. You know what's funny is I was driving to work the other day and this song came on that you picked for Barricade or Bust probably like what 5 years ago now at this point. Well, it would have been either 5 or 6 years ago. When was it over? I think it's Sam, is it Sam Hunt and Sasha?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's so funny because I actually go and like listen to these things when we do them, and it's been on my playlist since then. So I was laughing because I was like, I know Ellen picked this as her barricade. But my barricade or bus this week is also a song, which I was so happy that the Main released their first single off their new album. The single is called Die to Fall, and the Main is just one of my Mount Rushmore bands. I'm always going to
We
like
love,
whatever
yeah.
they do. I've seen them so many times. I'm going to see them in April, and thank God that I love them because I'm going 7 days after the album comes out. So I'm going to be cramming the lyrics, but I'm sure that I'll figure it out. But yeah, so their new single Die to Fall is really good. It is one of those songs where I had to read the lyrics because for some reason the acoustics in my car when it was playing, like I had no idea what John was
What
singing.
was being said.
Yeah, no clue. Like all I knew was that I heard the word parachute and that was pretty much it. But I have since they released like the lyrics they posted on social media the other day, I was like, okay, perfect.
Perfect. I love this song now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so funny.
Next up,
Our
episode
favorite topic.
7
I think
of
7.
Traitors was a doozy, which Alan had teased that it was going to be one of the most dramatic episodes that he's seen on television. I don't think it necessarily lived up to that hype, but Kristen Kish did say that they left a lot out from the banquet and that it really was way more dramatic than was shown. So I need them to release some footage from the cut floor so that we know
Yeah.
what went on.
Yeah, like some extended uncut
Hmm.
exclusive. Maybe they'll show something in the reunion or something because I know sometimes they like to do that.
Yeah.
This episode was crazy and like I felt like you kind of knew the inevitable was gonna happen
Yeah.
at the end,
The
but
writing was on
like
the wall for Lisa, for sure.
yes, but let's start with the banquet dinner. Okay, it was like killing me how much. I guess it's because in the context of like they don't know like because they kept being like I touched the napkin, oh you cut me the turkey, like you did this, you did that, like they thought everything was a way to get killed. And it was just so funny to me because it's like in the most like in the most, because even when Jam Jam got taken and he goes, Lisa, she kissed me, it's like it wasn't even her kissing you, it was the pin that you touched, but
Yeah,
like he didn't know that. Like it was making me laugh so hard how they kept just being like, Mora, you cut the turkey, I don't eat turkey, you put this on my plate, like, and it's just, it was making me laugh so hard. Like I'm like, being in that house must feel like a freaking like
like you're a
schizophrenic
crazy
episode.
person.
Like
Yeah.
it's like I can't deal with it. Like,
And Natalie, I wanted to jump through
my
my
God.
TV screen the way that she was convinced that
It
she
was
was going
her.
to get got, which is funny because they weren't even necessarily like accusing people of being traitors. They were just like, I touched this, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna get killed, even though it may or may not have had to do with like them believing that that person was a traitor. So it just seemed like there was too much going on. And I thought it was also funny because it came down to being between Kristen, because she touched Kristen's the one that touched the cards that were on the table.
Hmm.
So that didn't have anything to do with anyone, but they just saw that she got killed. Tara, and then Natalie. And Johnny and Tara are obviously best friends. And when Natalie and Tara went up to go and argue over Johnny just takes one off the tray and hands it to Kristen and makes her drink it. So then Tara and Natalie had to fight over the last one, which I thought was really funny because I don't know what he would have done if then like Natalie
Yeah.
took it and then Tara,
Died.
yeah. But and I thought that was good at the end when Mara was like, Natalie, if you want it so bad, just take it at this.
Yeah, literally, she was literally steamrolling, which I get. It's like a tactic, like I get it, but it was like it was literally so it's pissing me off because I'm like, girl, relax, you're
And then she put a
fine.
target on her back for doing
Yeah,
like anything that you do puts a target on your back.
it's just like it was killing me. And then Tara being like, I don't eat meat, and you put this on my plate, and I'm like, girl, then why'd you accept it? Like
Yeah.
what?
Why are you walking around with turkey on your plate?
But okay, what are your thoughts on Jam Jam being able to scream and talk after he was murdered?
Absolutely ridiculous. That shouldn't have been allowed. Although I'm not sure if they have any rules because I feel like anyone could do that at the traders when they're at.
Yeah.
So I am very curious to know what the actual rules around that were. I do wonder if Lisa would have been able to sway further away from her because there was a target on Natalie after that. So I feel like potentially if Jam Jam didn't throw that like kind of kiss
Yeah.
death at Lisa, like maybe there would have been hope for her.
Yeah, because prior to that, no one was really talking about Lisa. No one was like, Lisa did this to me, Lisa did that to me. It was also other people. I also think, like, because I feel like people are like, it's ruins like the integrity of the game because of what you said. Like, what's the difference between when Lisa gets kicked out and she doesn't just say Rob and Candace are traitors? Obviously, she can't do that. But it is just like, I think it's fine because people are always put on the cutting block every episode. That's literally the game is you just decide who you're going to target and then you have to get people to be on your side. And I feel like that's where Lisa fucked up because she literally did not like her argument literally was just I'm Lisa Rinna
Yeah,
and
even Rob
I'm
was
a
like,
faithful.
you just answer everything with I don't know. And then
Yeah.
he's like, why do you do that? And she said, I don't know. She couldn't argue and
No.
she couldn't come up with any reason. And I feel like she should have spent more time doing that. But I was talking with someone the other day and we were talking about how the only way to pull off like being a traitor would be to really like convince yourself that you're faithful.
Yeah.
Like that
Which is what Rob is doing.
compartmentalize it. Yeah, like Rob, I feel like very much has like taken that route and it's working for him. I don't know whether it'll stay working for him now that Candace has kind of thrown him under the bus. I do think he would have been under the radar for way longer if she didn't vote for him.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think you really just have to convince yourself that you're a faithful and the fact that Lisa, she didn't even really like claim to be a faithful.
No.
But yeah, I feel like Lisa just didn't do enough since the
No.
of the game. And I feel like people had been voted off for way less, like the way that they voted Donna out for not like kind of talking to people and the way that Dorinda was going at um Ron, it kind of was giving the same. So I'm just surprised that she didn't take longer to like come up with some sort of like story or reason,
Hmm.
especially knowing that Colton was gunning for her because it's been a couple episodes, it's been a couple days.
Yeah, exactly. And then like I just need to say this like the audience, like I feel like the housewives, I get it. Like we all want to see our favorite people make it all the way through because it's like I'm invested in them because I like them the most. But I feel like the Housewives fans, and I'm one of them, like the most people I know from the show are all the Housewives, is that they're like, how could you do this? Like, how could you betray her? Like, I wanted Lisa Rinna to go to the end. Like, you stabbed her in the back, you betrayed her. And I'm like, that's literally the point of this show. Like, the point of this show is to be the last thing. Like, I don't know, like, to win the money, unless you decide, okay, the two of us are gonna, or like the three of us are gonna go all the way to the end and make it and split up the pot or whatever. But like, this idea that like you're like voting Lisa out is like a moral wrong makes literally no sense. Like, just say you're upset that she left her like midway through the season. You wish
But
you
she
had more
wasn't
upset with
even
her.
playing like that good of a game, so I don't think
No,
we're all up in arms over it. It'd be one thing if she was like the traitor of a century, but I
no,
think there's more to say like Candace has been a better traitor than Lisa. So
because
I,
also no one is suspecting Candace either. Like, no one is suspecting Candace or Rob,
yep,
like, at all. Rob
they're
maybe
gonna
a little now because
they're
of
gonna start getting themselves, which is why I was saying when Rob voted for Lisa the first time and it like didn't work out,
yeah.
that it's kind of like the beginning of the end for the traitors once they start backstabbing each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sad to see that because I think it's totally going to change how the game goes from here. But they were running such a good game for a while. I feel like people were really clueless. Like no one was even
Yeah.
piecing together who it could be. And it's weird because like Mark and Kristen are kind of together. You have Tara and Johnny, which is why I kind of understand why Steven's name got brought up in this episode too. Because again, he's like a little bit of an outsider in this group. So they're not going to suspect that it's each other. So they're going to
Yeah.
think it's, whoever else is on the outside. So I could see why Steven's name, I think Mara's name is going to come up at some point, especially if people get Rob.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get Mara too.
Yeah, and weren't yeah, I think you told me that, or
Yeah.
maybe you said this in the last week. Like, Mara said that she literally would fight people when they would say it was Rob. Like,
Yeah, she
she'd be
said she would just
offended.
snap at people. I would be so embarrassed
Like, girl, like what?
for no
Also,
reason.
like,
I mean, it's not like they weren't even friends. Like they don't
no,
know each
she
other that well.
knows him literally. She wasn't even the host of Love Island. She was the After
After,
Sun
yeah.
host. Like, I'm like, are you guys are not friends? You weren't in the villa together. It's so weird. But I know when Colton at the end was like, I think it's Steven. I think I'm suspicious of Steven. I'm like, well, fine. At least we get our Steven screen time somehow. He's
I saw
coming
another
back to
tweet
us.
that was like, there's so few people left that now they're having to show Steven.
But I'm excited because I think this is when it's gonna get really juicy. Candace is already talking with Johnny, saying, "Oh, don't you think it's a little weird that Natalie was gunning for the vial, like to save herself? Like, isn't that weird? Like things like that." And I do think Natalie, like,
Which can we talk about what a bad liar she is in that challenge where Rob took the dagger or whatever it is?
yeah. Also, that was
It's really weird because it's like I feel like potentially the only time Rob would use it would be like to save himself, but it's not really going to save you because I feel like in Traitors, when you get a hunch, it doesn't go away, right? Like
no.
we'll talk about the same person for 3 episodes and then eventually vote them out. It's not like you just like go back to under the radar. And I feel like because there's so few people left, like there's no way that if his name comes up, like he's gonna be able to put people off of him again.
Yeah, because I feel like people are literally going to also say, because he also has Colton there, and they already kind of thought Colton was a traitor or
Yeah.
like something suspicious with Colton, and him and Colton are the greatest allies. And the stupidest thing Rob has done so far is say the exact speech as Colton when he was voting out Lisa. He literally stole his speech like word for word. He said exactly the same thing, and I'm like, you both look like you're working in tandem now, like, which you are. I mean, they are the two greatest allies. I think people know that in the house are like they're always talking to each other and stuff. But I'm like, now it seems like you both are traitors, so you're both kind of screwed here. And yeah, I just feel like I don't know. I was watching the Traitors like podcast that they do with Bob the Drag Queen and Rob from Survivor. It was just actually really funny. Jam Jam was on it, and he was like, "I have no faith in the faithfuls. Like the faithfuls this season are really stupid, and like they're not gonna, they're all gonna die." And I'm like, that's how I feel. Like I don't think, not that I think like Rob is the greatest traitor of all time. Like I really don't think that either. I think Candace is doing. They both are doing pretty well. But I feel like the faithfuls are literally like not playing a game at all. Like they are just like there. And then they're like, whatever the loudest person in the house says, they just go with that. And I'm like, you guys are all supposed to be strategizing. Like now they started to do it last week and this week a little bit. or the last 2 weeks a little bit, but I'm like, I wonder how much it's going to actually continue because I have no faith in them because
Yeah.
they think the weirdest people are the traitors. But then I'm like, this is the show. Like the show is like you just go off a vibe, I
Yeah.
guess. But I'm like, why can't you catch the
You're
vibe of?
being so wrong.
But then watch if
They did
I
get
go
two
on it,
traitors.
I'd be
They did get two traitors, so
yeah. And then they don't know how many traitors there are in the house,
they
right?
don't. But then if like it gets down to one traitor, then someone else becomes a traitor. So like that's
Okay.
on past seasons. So like they're not even close to that yet. Which I think that's when it becomes hard at the end is like when someone else becomes a traitor really late because
Yeah.
then you can't figure out who that person would be because it might be someone that you were really closely aligned with. And then at that point, like if there's, five people left, how do you figure out which one's now a traitor?
This game would I can't do it. I do not. I would like literally be like, can I just go home? This is
So
too
you're not
mentally
auditioning.
torture. I don't know. Like I maybe I need to watch more. Like I just see. I like. I don't know what my strategy would be honestly. Like I guess my strategy would be like I hope I'm a traitor so that I can just pretend and act oblivious. But I don't. It is just hard because it is like it's just like literally torture.
Yeah, because if you're a traitor, then you can just go along with whatever other people say or kind of like repeat what they say, which maybe that's what Rob was doing, was repeating
Mm-hmm.
what Bolton was saying. So he didn't have to come up with something new because, again, he's a traitor instead of actually having to figure out who the traitors are because it's probably harder than it seems. So that's probably the right thing to do is to be a traitor on that show. That's probably the most like comfortable spot to be in.
Yeah, because you literally just
Have to
yeah
worry
you
about
just
being killed. Like that's the other concern for the faithful is like they also have to worry about being killed. So like you need
mm-hmm.
to stay under the radar enough to not be killed, but you also don't want to be banished. And you also don't want to be so insignificant that you're easy to kill.
Exactly. I need to study Candace Dillard Bassett. That's what I need to do. Because she's literally, no one is like giving a shit about her, bro. She's
Yeah.
like, do 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 do, which I love. But I do think, like, I still low key stand on my hypothesis that Rob's going to win the season. I don't, like, something just tells me
Yeah.
he's going to win,
I still feel that way too.
but I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll
The
see.
only thing
Well,
is like again, like if they get Candace out, how did he know that Lisa and Candace were both traitors? Like it just
yeah,
fishy. If you pick out too many traitors, it also gets fishy because then it's like, how did you know who all the traitors were?
exactly.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be a contestant.
I
Good thing you're not
want to,
on my phone.
I want to be freaking Alan.
Yeah,
I
that's
want to be the actors. I want to be the people, the extras on the set who drag people out and like kill and like help
the
kill them.
axes. Yeah, henchmen. So
That
funny.
was like honestly the funniest scene ever when he was screaming.
That's so funny.
Uh, Speaking of
In more
traitors,
tragic news,
literally. Speaking of a tragedy, a traitor, a loser, Harry Styles
his boyfriend of the week card should be revoked for after last week.
forever, forever.
Yeah,
So, as we all know, Harry Styles is going on a massive world tour. And by massive, I just mean a lot of dates in 6 different cities. He's not going around the world, he's going to 6 cities and playing like 25 shows in each city. And he just had his first week of pre-sale of ticket sales last week. So the first week, we still have this week. We're still February 2nd, tomorrow I'm supposed to be on the Ticketmaster queue. And let's just say it was an utter mess. The tickets were priced from $50 to $1,170 for an arena show.
and like the tour of not going to so many places, but I cannot defend $1,000 a ticket when you're again only doing like 6 cities, so people have to travel.
Exactly. Like I can go on this rant for I'm gonna be try and be classy. I just feel like because people online they'll be like, one, you don't have to go. It's like a concert is a luxury. It's not a necessity. It's like, yeah, I don't have to go, but I want to go, and I'm essentially being priced out of going, or I'm being asked to spend a lot of money towards something that brings me joy, and it just feels it's like our world sucks already. Now you want me to spend like $2,000 to see you for one night. Essentially, like I have to fly there. I have to fly to wherever I'm going. I have to stay in a hotel or whatever. I have to pay for my days and time there. And I just feel like that's one thing that was really annoying me is like people defending these like evil corporations of the way that they are pricing tickets. Like I'm like, I don't expect the ticket to be $20, but I don't expect like
Such a bad way that things are gonna go because this is
exactly.
going to be successful. People are going to buy the tickets. That does not bode well for the rest of us and other big artists. Like, it's not looking good for
No.
us.
No. And then, like, because I saw Taylor Swift at the Eras tour, most sought after ticket, the most sought after tour. I went to it 3 times. I did not spend more than $400 on a ticket. Like, the most expensive ticket I spent, money I spent on a ticket, was when I went to London to see her because I bought it off resale. Juan got it from a girl who was reselling her tickets, and they were VIP floor tickets, and I think it was like $500 or something, 400, something around there. But that is a stadium tour where the show is 3.5 hours.
Yeah, we used to do
Harry's
we used to be able to meet One Direction for $250, which was like
exactly
more than I was able to pay, but like $1,000 for just a floor ticket is absurd.
to Madison
Like an
Square
hour and
Garden.
20-minute long show.
Yeah, and like another thing is like, like I've seen him dozens of times. He does not. It's like he's not putting out choreography. He's not. He's barely playing an instrument. He plays a guitar, a few handful of songs. He just is up there running around and having like dancing and singing along and having fun. I like, yes, I'm having fun. It's not, I'm not bored. Like, I'm excited. That's why I really want to go so bad. But it's like the fact that I have to sit online for like hours, spend my whole day, plan my whole day around this, like have this whole like strategy, like talk to like 15 different people to be like, what days did you sign up for? Like, are you gonna try? Can you please get me tickets? Like, I literally saw girls being like, if you get into the queue, just buy 8 tickets, and people online, people from Twitter will just pay you back and get the ticket from you. And it's just like this whole strategic plan when we literally 2 years, 3 years ago on his last tour, I could get on Ticketmaster on the day that it was sold, like on sale, and get a ticket. Like the same venue, the same.
Thing too with that is like there's so many cool things. It's funny like talking about a band like the Main in the same conversation because they do not charge like a lot of money for their shows.
Yeah.
I don't think they would ever charge that much money for their shows. Like there's so many cool things that you can do with live events and fans and tours, and the fact that like this is the direction that he's taking when he could do so many other fun, exciting, cool things is really sad.
It is, and it just makes me angry. And I'm like, I don't like, it just like really upsets me because then people like, I just hate the people who defend this because I'm like, this guy has
What
so
are they
much
defending? What are
money.
they getting out of
They're
defending it? Is it
they'll
just rich people?
No, they'll literally, yeah, they'll literally be like, you expect a ticket to be at $50. It's like, no, I don't expect a ticket to be $50, but I don't expect it to be $1,000. I don't expect to go to a Madison Square. This is not an arena tour or a stadium tour. Like, a stadium tour, I'm expecting it to be a little more expensive. I'm still not expecting it to be $1,000 to sit in like the hundreds. Like, one of my friends bought a lower bowl ticket, not the floor, not a VIP, nothing, literally for $600.
That's
Lower
crazy.
bowl. That should be like $150. Like, I'm like, we need to stop this madness before it gets crazier. And like, it's just so annoying because then it's like people, I don't know, like I feel like so many fans like tie the success of their favorite artist or favorite person to themselves. So then like if you critique something, they're like feel like it's a
Yeah.
critique on them. And it's like, well, I don't care if you guys spend your money, that's your money. People could say that about me. I saw him a lot of times his last tour. Like, I spent a lot of money to see him if you add it all up together, but I still wanted to do it and I had fun. But I also am like, personally, I know where to draw the line, and I just feel like my life is not going to be changed. It's not like this once in a lifetime opportunity or whatever. Like, it's kind of just like, if I get to see him, if I get a ticket on the pre-sale or whatever general sale, I'm happy. If I get it and if I somehow find a resale ticket that's not $50 million, then I'll try and go see him. But it's not the end of my world. But I feel like people need to have more grace and empathy and just understand like the way, like, I'm like, we are living in a time where people like going to a concert is like it's supposed to be fun, and it's turning into stress. Like, it's literally trying to get tickets to a show is turning into stress. And it's not just Harry, it's everybody. Like, it's even people like Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo, like, who do the same arena tours or whatever, and maybe their prices are not as expensive as
Mhm.
his, but they're still a little more expensive. And then even if you like justify the cost of the ticket, it's like the pre-sale whole debacle, like trying to get onto Ticketmaster and all this stuff. Like, it's just so hard. And I feel like a lot of things are done for the convenience of the artist, which I understand. I get it. Touring is hard. It's difficult. I would also want to stay in one city for 3 months and just tour. But I'm also like, if you're going to do that, then can you give us like 45 dates to choose from? Because clearly 30 is not working. It's just a madness. Literally every single queue I went on last week, I was in like plus thousand
That's
person in
crazy.
line. And I'm like, that's more people than MSG can fill.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm giving up. Like, there's no point in this. Like, I don't know. It's just puts a sour taste in my mouth. And then it makes me like not excited for like anything. Cause I'm like, I don't care about this album. Like, I'm not even going to hear it live. Like, I don't care. And then he doesn't like say anything, which also I find a little annoying. I'm like, can you at least like acknowledge the fact that your tour is
It's not
very,
very accessible.
yeah. Cause I'm like, Ariana Grande did the same thing. She's only going on like a 10 date tour, but she literally is like buying back her resale tickets and like putting them back up on Ticketmaster through this like lottery system where it's kind of like you get the chance to get a ticket. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, I'm sorry, but it's like a standard price. And I just feel like he doesn't care, which I mean, whatever, but it just is frustrating as the fan because I'm like, I want to be there with my friends, like having fun. And literally no one I know, like
And
everyone
also
I know
like
that
literally your entire paycheck for a month
literally to see him.
to go to
And
one
then
show.
yes. And then everyone that I know that actually has tickets is literally going abroad. Like they're not seeing him at Madison Square Garden. Like they're
Well,
going to London.
over $1,000 and you're gonna pay for a flight, you might as well.
Yeah,
Might
exactly.
as well
And
make a trip out of it.
literally, and the tickets for the UK or in Europe and in Australia are literally half the cost of the US prices.
That's
So it's
true.
like, yeah, I could spend what $300 US and then go fly to London for literally less than one ticket to MSG. But yeah, it's just very frustrating and I'm like annoyed. But you know, the Grammys are tonight, so maybe I'll see him presenting award and I'll get over my annoyance. It's just like everyone pray for me that I get tickets to Harry Ween because that's honestly the only thing I care about at this point. And I will. And I will.
Yeah, you will. Well, I know you'll be there, but you might have
Yes.
to like sell an organ or something. He should at
Okay.
least have the decency to set up like an organ donation so
Literally
that you can
a
afford
plasma a
it.
plasma donating
Yeah,
center for Harry Styles tickets. That's where we
exactly.
are in life.
Speaking of the Grammys, are tonight, so yesterday. For those that are listening, we wanted to go through and predict who's gonna win the big three awards and then also Best New Artist.
Mhm.
Should we start with Best New Artist? Who do you think is going to win that?
Okay, best new artist. I honestly think it's going to be Olivia Dean.
Yes,
but
that's who I
I
was gonna say.
but I want it to be Addison Rae. I'm sorry.
Did
I'm
you
sorry.
hear her at the Spotify event that they did?
I
Oh,
don't care. I
God.
don't care. I want it to be her so bad because I just feel like I really like her album and like I just feel like it would be so iconic if she won. Like it would actually be like the funniest thing ever. Like it would be iconic. And I feel like you can tell, okay, she might be the greatest singer in the world. We know that. We know that. But you could tell that she actually like believes in the shit that she does and like she's works like she's trying her hardest. Her album is really good. She has good like stage presence and like she does her whole dancing and everything. And I just think it would be iconic if it was her, but I do really do believe that it's Olivia Dean's year. I mean, her song
Yeah.
Man I Need is like the biggest song ever. So I think it'll be her.
Yeah, and then So Easy is also pretty big too.
Hmm.
As long
And
as
she's kind of like, sorry, you can go.
I was gonna say, as long as it's not Alex Warren or Somber, I'll be
Oh my God. If it's Alex Warren, I'm done. I'm turning my TV off. If Alex Warren steps on the Grammy stage to do anything but perform his song that he's supposed to perform, I will literally, like,
it'll be the end.
that'll be the end of me and the Grammys relationship. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, should we do Song of the Year?
Okay, well, I have something to say.
Okay.
For it's song, album, and record of the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that if someone's gonna sweep, it's gonna be Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
So that's where I think that there's potential to be a sweep, and if there is one, that it's Bad Bunny.
Yes. I think they'll follow. Not that I think the reason why Kendrick Lamar swept last year was because of this, but I think it's going to follow this similar sentiment where it's the Grammys and the Super Bowl is next week. It's a
Yeah,
halftime show.
yeah,
And his album and his song was really big at the beginning the beginning of 2025. Similar to Kendrick, where like Not Like Us and all that stuff was really big towards the end of the year / beginning of the year. So I do think it'll be a Bad Bunny sweep, but who I also want to win, like I think Bad Bunny might win Album of the Year
yeah.
if it's
If
not a sweep.
I'm looking at that's what I'm looking off to the side.
Yeah, I think if it's not a sweep, it's gonna go to Bad Bunny for Album of the Year, which would be great. Um, I was listening to podcast and they were saying that John Caramonica, he's a New York Times writer, he was saying that he wants it to be Swag by Justin Bieber. And I'm like, I do not think there's a world in which that happens. But if
Is
Justin
that
Bieber
not
wins,
such a random pick to be
it
added?
is random. I think it's more so there because similar to why I think Sabrina's is there is because the songs, like the
Yeah.
singles were really big, like Daisies and Yukon was really big.
Hmm.
So I think that's why it's on there. But it would
Yeah.
be a gag if he won. But I do think album of the year is gonna go to Bad Bunny. I think if song of the year or
I think Song of the Year is going to be Golden.
same,
How is it not from K-pop Demon Hunters? How is it not that
same.
song?
If it's not K-pop Demon Hunters, I really want it to be Kendrick and SZA Luther because I love that
Yeah.
song. But I do think K-pop Demon Hunters is walking away with a Grammy or two this today.
Yeah. And then Record of the Year is hard. Again, like I think it could be Bad Bunny
Mm-hmm. Because
or
record is like production.
yeah, or Kendrick. Or I feel like even for Record of the Year, Anxiety
Yeah.
is like up there potentially. What do you think?
Record of the year. I think, yeah, same. I mean, we're so boring. We're doing the same
I'm
thing.
just a hater
And the
because
fact that Billie Eilish
I
Wildflower is on
also
here.
I also don't love Sabrina Carpenter. Maybe if I
No,
liked
I
her.
don't.
But yeah, that's I feel like Billie Eilish just gets us something on
Yeah.
every single year.
'Cause I'm like, I do not remember that song at all. I do. I can see it being Anxiety. I can see it being Bad Bunny again and Kendrick and SZA. I could also honestly see it being Gaga.
I don't know. I feel like Gaga's another one that's kind of a random.
I think that this year's Grammys is going to be interesting because I do think there's always a potential for a sweep, but I feel like this is the first year in like the last hand, probably since COVID, where I'm like anybody can win.
It could really be anybody. That's
Whereas
why
last,
I'm trying to predict it. I'm like, oh, it could be this person. Oh, it
I
could be
know
this person. Oh, it could be this person.
we're
Like,
predicting everybody
if
so
they're-
that
yeah,
when they win, we have the clip. We're like, guys, we called it. It was K-pop Demon Hunters. We knew.
we actually just insert whoever it is.
I can't.
That's what's funny about like Grammy nomination like predicting because I guess is there like a science to it like people that do this for like a living like reporters or is it just like on vibes?
I
I guess
honestly,
maybe speak to people that are part of the academy.
yeah, I know because it's different. Whereas movie, like the award season traditionally for like movies and TV, it follows a pattern because there's more than one. Like the Grammys, it's only one.
Exactly. Like after the Golden Globes, you can pretty much predict how the
Yeah,
rest of the award season is gonna go. Whereas with this, you don't
no.
know at
I
all.
do think that there's like traditionally, like people are always like, they usually go for someone like this, they usually go for somebody like that. But I do think there's always upsets though in the Grammys. Like people don't realize, like, I mean, maybe they do, but like there's always, I feel like one year, there's always one award during every year where you're kind of like, what? They won? Like, what is happening? And I, oh my God.
I agree with you about like the Kendrick from last year and the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny, but it's really funny being like, yeah, Bad Bunny had such a good year, but also he's had so many good years.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like weird, but maybe it's just his time. And also, I
Hmm.
know that like having good year doesn't necessarily translate to like winning a Grammy.
Yeah. But I do think that his album was so big at the beginning of 2025 that he's going to walk away with at least a hand, like
Something.
at least one, but I definitely think he'll get a few. And I feel like honestly, you can kind of tell that the um wins are going to be all over the place because the nominations are kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Like the fact that like Chapel Roan is nominated for the Subway, which like I don't really think that song was that big, but like I feel like sometimes they just kind of like nominate, like even Manchild. Like I feel like Sabrina Carpenter's album was fine. I mean, it went to number one, whatever. But I think like
It's funny because it's like not necessarily an album that I thought would be nominated for a Grammy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no,
there are albums that do well or songs that do well, but then you don't necessarily think that, oh, they're going to be nominated for a Grammy for that.
yeah,
So it's really funny how that works out. But if
yeah,
anyone from the Grammys or the Recording Academy wants to school us and tell us how it's done and come on the podcast, you know?
I know. I'm actually interested. 'Cause
Yeah.
I wonder like because I know in the for the film like Academy, like the Oscars and stuff like that, like you basically I think you like have to get nominated and then you become a voting member like after you get nominated your first nomination. And I wonder what it is for the Grammys because I think obviously it's more than just the people who are nominated that vote, but I'm just curious. Like
Yeah.
because I have a feeling like it's like some grandpa who's like, my 12-year-old daughter lives, 12-year-old granddaughter loves K-pop Demon Hunter, so I voted for her. It's like, okay. Like, I genuinely think that's what's gonna happen.
And when did you like revoke your voting?
I know.
When you get to that age, when is it like you can't vote anymore? You don't have a
Because
say.
there's always just like anonymous ballot things that come up after, and they're like, yeah, like I just kind of, it's literally that, like where they're like, I just went off name recognition. Just, I like Lady
Yeah.
Gaga, so I voted for her. It's like, okay, I guess. But let's pray that Alex Warren comes out of this with 0 Grammys, guys. Everyone, please. I
There's
can't take
one
it.
person from Hype House that's allowed to win a Grammy, according to.
Literally. There is. Because, yes, it should be Addison Rae. It should never be Alex Warren. And it should never be Alex Warren. God. Okay, guys. Well, this was a good Sunday afternoon recording.
Yeah, lovely. Make sure you're following us at First Line Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
And please make sure that you give us all the 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts, YouTube. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. Just any positive feedback. We'd love it.
Thank you for listening to First in Line.
Bye.